it's Court the Nurse Realtor, and welcome back to my channel, Court the Nurse Realtor. If you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you are an oldie but a goldie, hey boy, hey girl, hey, welcome back. I missed y'all. So today, you already know, if you see me in scrubs with a stethoscope, this is going to be a nurse related video. And this video today is talking about I said in previous videos, I wanted to do a travel nurse series. So this would be, in my opinion, installment 3 of the travel nurse series. I'll link the other 2 below. And I want to talk about the interviewing process, because a lot of times it's a step that nobody really talks about, but this is a critical step in going on an assignment and accepting an assignment. So I just wanted to kind of chat through that for a little bit and hopefully offer some information to help you critically think about the assignment that you're going to take and make sure that it's a good fit for you in your life. So with that being said, if you are a travel nurse who like, girl, I can learn a thing or two. If you want to be a travel nurse, or if you just want to be plain old nosy, go ahead, stick around, we'll get into the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and ring my bell. Ring my bell, ring-a-ling-a-ling. Ring my bell so you can stay notified of my upcoming videos. Okay, so let's get into it. When it comes to travel nursing, there is a series of steps that happen prior to taking a travel assignment. So at this point, if you are at the interviewing process, that means you have gotten numbers, you have gotten a contract, the location to pay. That's what I mean when I say numbers. Your recruiter has perfected your resume in the sense you guys have collaborated, made sure that if there are any inconsistencies or any time off, that it is addressed prior to submitting you to a facility. Once you're submitted to a facility, then you as the traveler would wait on a call from the nurse manager or whoever, human resources, whoever handles that account from the facility side. So this is why I say the interview is so critical, because as a nurse, a staff nurse, when you go on an interview, your thought is like, okay, I have to get this job. I have to do my best. I have to say these things, and I don't really want to ask too many questions that may, you don't want the interview to be cumbersome. Whereas when you have a travel nurse interview, you need to switch perspectives, because this is how you're going to determine if this assignment is really a good assignment for you. Because remember, you are boots to the ground. Once you step into that facility, you need to expect that, okay, it's day one, I may have to take a patient or work. So you need to know as much as possible about that unit, about that facility prior to getting there. And the interviewing process is that process for you. So, okay, you will, the first portion of the interview, typically, this is like a typical interview, would be between you and the nurse manager, the charge nurse, or whoever it may be. But always have your questions ready to go. So when I first took a travel assignment, I was like, I had the staff nurse mindset. I just wanted to do good on the assignment. 9 times out of 10, if you have the credentials, you can talk through their questions and you can answer their questions appropriately, you're going to get the job. So you need to be asking your questions as a travel nurse to make sure you understand what you are getting into. So I have a list of questions that I will not bore you with, but I'll give you some examples to help you guide you or help you to create your own list of questions. And if you are a PACU nurse and you want to know my travel nurse questions, go ahead and email me, okay? The full Monty. So anywho, the questions that these are like 3 that stick off the top of my head that are they're kind of like things you wouldn't think of from the beginning, but they're important. So one of the questions for me was let me get my phone. So one of the main questions for me is that my specialty when I traveled nurse was PACU. So what I really wanted to know off the jump is two things. Who extubates the patient? Because in some facilities, and this question was not added until I went on a travel assignment and the nurses were expected to extubate the patients, okay? So all the assignments that I had after that, I would ask them, okay, who extubates the patient? Because I'm not trying to be extubating nobody's patient. For me, that was the anesthesiologist's job, and you know, it was a whole big thing because of that. So I always, after that situation, ask who extubates the patient. Another question that's important is who manages the vents. Because for me, I can take a vented patient, but I don't manage the vent, because that's not something that I have a great specialty or a great a lot of experience with. Don't get me wrong, like I could do my basics, but when it comes to like you're managing some vented patient all night, that's not gonna happen with me. So I would always make it very clear to that nurse manager, to that charge nurse, listen, I can take care of any patients, but I don't take care of open heart patients, and I do not manage vents. You make that very clear. And if they say, well, our nurses have to manage vents, then that's not the assignment for you, okay? Because unless they're going to accommodate you, you may be running into some issues that you will be stuck in, okay? Also, one of the questions that I used to ask, if I'm going to like a metropolitan area, Washington D.C. and San Francisco, and actually I didn't learn this until after I took an assignment, is parking. Okay, some of these cities, especially like your LA's, your San Francisco, DC, New York, these places, you have to pay for parking. So if that be the case, you should definitely be trying to get your agency that you're traveling with to pay for parking, because that's an expense. Listen, when I worked in DC, it was like $80-some. I want to say $68 or $86 to park a month that I had to pay, because I did not know to ask in the interview where's parking. Okay, and I also had to pay for parking in San Francisco, which was crazy expensive. It was like $25 a day. They did not give any type of discounts. So you know what I had to do? I had to learn how to take the BART. So those are questions that you need to ask prior to. Another question that I will ask is, for me, I work in the PACU. Do you provide scrubs? Because you know we wear the surgical scrubs, and if they say no, you wear your own scrubs. Okay, is there a specific color that would apply to you? Floor nurses, ICU nurses, NICU, wherever you work, your specialty, you need to be asking about scrubs, because say for instance they have some like off the wall color that you don't have. You need to also be speaking to your agency and saying, hey, I have to buy new scrubs. Do I get a stipend? Do I get a little bonus? Like, because at the end of the day, the agency works for you. You don't work for the agency, and you are also coming from a place of it's like you're your own boss in a way. When you're a travel nurse, you have to advocate for yourself or you will get stuck. So another question that I ask is about PBDS. So PBDS is a test that some hospitals use to test your proficiency as a nurse. That test is so hard. Let me tell you something. I have taken the test. I have passed. But baby, it is hard. And I am not going to anybody's facility. Thank God, from what I hear is that if you have passed it before, it's like a national recognized test, and you don't have to take it other places. It doesn't matter. I always ask, do I have to take a PBDS test? Do I have to take a arrhythmia test? Do I have to take a drug test? Like, are there any tests that I need to take prior to starting my assignment? And that I asked the facility that, and I also asked my recruiter that, so that way I have a clear understanding of what I'm getting into. So all in all, I just want you guys to understand that when it comes to accepting an assignment, that interview part is crucial, because it helps you understand the type of unit that you are going to. Maybe if you're a med-surg nurse, you need to be asking about nurse-patient ratios. What's the highest that it can go? Maybe you should be asking, do they have any ancillary staff that helps out? What is the ratio? Do you have a PCA? Do you have a unit secretary? All those questions are going to matter, because when you get there, it is going to be boots on the ground. I have literally started a contract. I was supposed to get like at least a day of orientation. I did not get that orientation. I probably got like 3 hours of orientation, and they asked me to take a patient. But guess what? It was fine, because I knew the charting system, and I knew how to take care of the patient. But that is what is expected of you as a travel nurse. So make sure that you use your interview time wisely. Answer their questions, do a great interview like you know how to do, but make sure you have your questions too, because it is crucial. Well, that is all I have for you guys today. I hope it was informative. Let me know down in the comment box. We are going through this stay-at-home shelter-in-place time, so please make sure that you are reading your Psalms 91. And most importantly, I love you, but God, he loves you so much more. God bless you.